As any college student knows, the end of the school year is a season of tests and group projects. But group work is not just for college students. Many teachers use group work for students of many different ages because they believe it will help students with learning. Studies have shown that students that are in collaborative groups make better decisions and gain better understandings of subjects, specifically in science. Many believe these benefits are due to the group reaching an agreement on ideas in order to produce an accurate and quality outcome.
However, studies show that group members that don't share the same views, even after producing an outcome, produce more accurate results and make better decisions. This is due to several reasons. 1. Studies found that different types of communication affect group work. 2. In many studies, group dynamic changes depending on the methods of integrating information. And 3. Age and gender have big impacts on group dynamics and effectiveness. So let's take a closer look at this. In order to understand how communication affects group work, we should talk about some specific types of communication. Previous research has shown that there are 4 main categories of communication among groups of children: collaborative, controlling, obliging, and withdrawing. Collaborative communicators are typically students who are highly assertive and affiliative. They are most concerned about working together as a group to build the correct answer, and they were most patient in group discussion. Controlling communicators are students who are typically highly assertive. They sometimes use forceful language and make decisions without the confirmation of their group. Obliging communicators are highly affiliative. They make a special effort to seek help and approval from their group and work to avoid conflict. Withdrawing communicators show disinterest in the task and are sometimes unresponsive to the efforts of their group. On par with popular belief, same-gender groups use a more collaborative method of communication, which results in more accurate outcomes on a given task. This would suggest that collaborative communication in mixed-gender groups would also give the best outcome.
However, in mixed-gendered groups, boys displayed even more controlling language, while girls displayed more collaborative language. These mixed-gendered groups, where boys and girls had opposing views, resulted in just as many accurate answers in a given task as the same-gendered collaborative group.
Why? Because boys were able to force their opinions, which held more accurate answers? No. Because girls were persuasive in their opinions, which held more accurate answers? No. The truth is that the presence of more controlling communication most likely forced both sides to confront their opposing views, and the elements of collaborative communication helped integrate the answers together.
However, how do children integrate information when they have opposing views? Studies have found that groups integrate their views in 2 different ways. The first way of integrating views is by having every group member contribute information and piecing them together into one whole. This holistic form of integration requires a lot of coordination of different perspectives and advanced thinking. The second way is by having 1 or 2 members contribute ideas that are either rejected or accepted by the group, which is like tutoring. Young children use this method of integration more because it requires less cognitive effort than the holistic method. However, children use a more advanced form of the tutoring where they compare ideas, then resolve them. This is where things get interesting. When groups are unable to agree on information, they automatically leave it unresolved. Researchers have found that 58% of contradicting ideas mentioned in a group are never explicitly rejected or accepted. Although unresolved conflicts seem unproductive, research has shown that unresolved conflicts are related to cognitive growth. Even though conflicts help groups, how do they come about? Conflicts can happen when unique information is mentioned, and by unique, I don't mean special. Instead, I mean ideas that only one group member knows. Studies have found that groups that exchange unique information engage in higher quality decisions than individuals making decisions on their own. In a recent study, researchers compared 2 groups of children and their decisions on 2 candidates applying for a role in a musical. The results of the study found that when all group members had the same information, they made more wrong decisions about the best candidates than children who each had different pieces of information. Children who did not share the same information in a group were more likely to choose the
created using Powtoon.